ninth grade. For ninth grade, if you are taking, which all of you are, individuals and societies, your class will be American history. So I would like to go over your um, summer assignment with you just to clarify anything and also help you log and sign into the Google Classroom. So by this point, I am assuming and I'm hoping that you have received your Campus International High School email. Also, welcome to ninth grade if I haven't said that. But by this point, you should have received your Campus International School email. What you're going to do is once you've received that email, you would have set up your account. You would have set up your account. Um, and you should be able to start adding classes to your Google Classroom. If you want to add classes to your Google Classroom, and I'm pretty sure they've showed you this before in other schools, you will simply go down to the classroom. This is my account with my daughter. You'll hear me talk about her a lot once we meet each other in class. But this is my account with my daughter. She's always my picture, so you'll know it's my screensaver picture, so you'll know it's me. You would go to the Google Classroom. And here you can add classes, create or join the class. For me, I will be creating a class. You guys shouldn't be creating classes, but you can join classes. If you want to do that, you would go to join a class and then type in the code. And I will give you the code for my class. So here you see a few classes. These are classes that I've taught in the past, so these are old. You will not be a part of those, but you will be joining my American History 2020-21 class. So you'll click on that. I'll click on it. And here is my class code. The class code so that you guys can join is 5UXDDH3. And I'll leave this here for a minute. Some of you guys might be using this as you try to join the class. Okay. So once you've done that and you've added the class, you should be able to see things that I've posted. I have slowly over the summer, once you join, you'll be able to see different assignments that I'll post throughout the year. I'll be uploading all my assignments for the year. But so far I've only posted two for our new class. And that would be our summer assignment and our rubric. You guys are entering the ninth grade. That means some of you may be coming from different schools in the Cleveland area. Some of you guys may be coming from the Campus International Lower School. I will familiarize you with the INS rubric for the IB program once we enter the classroom, but I would suggest that you look at it. This is the criteria in which you'll be graded. And so I'll wait for it to load. So you are graded on four criteria in this class. Criteria A, knowing and understanding. Criteria B, investigating. Criteria C, communicating. And criteria D, thinking critically. With these criteria, what you should be doing is looking at the different strands and the achievement levels. So here indicates the achievement levels in what you can receive, or the grades in which you can receive, which span from a 0 to an 8. With this, you look at the different strands, which you can see right here, and it says, say you want to receive a 1 or a 2, which is like a D or F. You would That would be someone who doesn't really use relevant terminology or demonstrates basic knowledge and understanding of a content. Someone who really hasn't shown me that they understand the information. But on the other hand, there would be those who achieve a 7 or 8, which are people who use terms and vocabulary words often, and they demonstrate an excellent use of knowledge or understanding of whatever is being taught. And so this is how you will be graded. You will be graded on each criteria. Not all assignments are graded on these criteria, and I'll talk about this. I'm sorry, not all assignments are graded on this criteria, but the criteria may differ based on if it's just criteria A, criteria B. Not all assignments will use all four criteria at the same time. That might sound like a lot, So I will discuss that once we meet each other in class. So do not worry about that. But what I would like to discuss is the summer assignment. The summer assignment can be found right here under summer assignment. The due date is August 7th, or first day of school. And once you click on it, you'll be able to actually see what the different files are that need to be completed. So there are 3 different files that need to be completed. And I'll click right here with the American History Summer Assignment. This document right here just pretty much is an overview of what you should be doing. So it says American History Summer Assignment, Miss Williams, myself. You can see my email right there. Need you have any questions? And then there's also my Google Classroom. You should have received that in a letter sent home for you as well. So welcome to Individuals and Societies. The summer packet continues 3 tasks. That's a typo. Contains 3 tasks on social studies skills that will be an important part of individuals and societies next year. Each packet contains notes on a particular skill and a task to be completed. The 3 skills that you will be working on and that you will use often throughout the school year will be compare and contrast, OPVL or OPCVL to some people, and claiming evidence. These assignments are due on the first day of class, no exceptions. You can turn the assignments in on Google Classroom in person, which will be a physical copy if you decide to print it out, or to my email if you just want to email it to me for whatever reason. Scan it and email it. Say that you did it on a piece of paper, you scanned it with the app on your phone, and you decide to email it to me. All up to you. So those are ways you can turn the assignment in, but they are due on the first day of class. Again, that's the Google Classroom code and my email. So moving on, I just want to go through the different assignments before I let you go. The first assignment will be your compare and contrast. Close out some of my windows. Okay, so compare and contrast. What you are going to do on this assignment, you would have clicked that assignment in the Google Classroom, compare and contrast, click, and it would have taken me to the assignment. So one thing, there are many skills that you should learn in social studies: how to research, note taking, and a lot of these skills are transferable amongst the different classes. And things that you learn in my class, you'll definitely use in others. But there are 3 skills that are very important to history, especially with the 9th grade year. So, skill 1, compare and contrast. What you'll do is, I'm pretty sure all of you guys have seen compare and contrast since kindergarten. But you are going to compare and contrast Cleveland and Columbus to each other first. So here's an example. It just gives you a brief example of how to compare and contrast. So what are some similarities? I'm sorry. Spring weather in Cleveland is similar to spring weather in Columbus. It's in the same state. Both Cleveland and Columbus have rain. Cleveland also has a rainy spring season. Cleveland has a, that should have said Columbus. Sorry, if I can fix that. Columbus has a rainy spring season too, as well as Cleveland has a rainy spring season. So, okay, moving on. The difference, on the other hand, winter is much colder in Cleveland. Or you could say, however, winter is much colder in Cleveland. In contrast to, so these are all different ways that you could have referred to both. If you see them highlighted, they say like it's similar to, both, also to, as well. And then other words that, or similar words to the word differences would be, on the other hand, however, but, in contrast to, differs from, while, and unlike. So these are all pretty much saying the same thing. It's just showing you different ways to compare and contrast the words that you can use, or starter words, sentence starters. So what you're going to do, that was just an example. What you're going to do is compare and contrast the Underground Railroad with 2 different documents. Document 1 is here. Document 2 is right here. You would have read those 2 documents and then created your own Venn diagram. So maybe you place document 1 over here and you say 1800, blah, 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 blah. Document 2, the Underground Railroad, blah, 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 blah. However, these 2 the differences go on each circle and the similarities go in the middle. And then you would turn your differences and similarities into a paragraph. So it might be something along the lines of, starting in the early 1800s, the Underground Railroad was created. Um, this helped thousands of slaves or enslaved Africans. We'll use the word enslaved people because people are not slaves, but they are enslaved. Um, and you'll just begin to write your paragraph here on how those two documents are different or similar. So you might say something along the lines of, document 1 says, document 2 says these documents are the same because blah 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 blah. So moving on. The next skill will be OPCVL. And this is a skill that we'll use when creating or when looking at documents or photos or some type of primary source or even secondary source. Um, so OPCVL really helps you break down a document or a photo or a newspaper, whatever it is that you're looking at. And it does this in 5 steps. O Sorry. So, like I said, it can be these can be used on primary and secondary sources. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. And OPCVL works this way. It'll break it down with first the origin. So, who created it? Who's the author? When was it created? When was it published? Where was it published? And who's publishing it? Purpose. Why was it created? What does the document say? The value of something is, what can we tell about the author from this piece, or what do we not know? Um, what can we tell about his perspective? Understand what circumstances was the piece created, and how does this piece reflect those circumstances? Um, and then limitations. So how could we verify the content of the piece? How does this piece inaccurately reflect anything about the time period? And then you're going to do your own OPVL. So, starting is just a step by step. You'll look at the picture, and here's a picture of the first Thanksgiving in 1621. It gives you a brief breakdown of this photo right here, and you'll read the description on the bottom, which can also help you make some inferences or kind of break down this photo. So first we'll start with content. Content. What does the painting show us and who's in it? You may say something like, I see Native Americans. And in this class, we'll use the term Native Americans, not Indians. I see a woman giving some sort of maybe pancake or um, food to the natives. It looks like they're sharing. It looks like everything is friendly. There's a guy holding a musket or a gun back here. There's a little girl and a dog. Where does the source come from? Is it primary or secondary? So that information you might really need to read here. Okay. It says the first Thanksgiving is 1621. This painting was done around 1912. So this is definitely a secondary source for the fact that that guy was not around to, or not alive at the time of the first Thanksgiving. This is a secondary source. Who created it? Who's the author? When was it created? What's the purpose? Why does this painting exist? Who's the target audience? Is this for, was this painting created to show like how America is great and how we work with Native Americans? Or is it, was it created for history classes or for a museum? The value, what can we tell about the author from this piece? What can we tell about the time period? And what can we tell about the author's perspective? One thing I would like to point out about OPCVLs is that you may not be able to answer all of these questions based on what you see. What can we tell about the author from this piece? We really can't tell a lot about the author from this piece, but we can tell about the time period, right? And then lastly, limitations. What part of the story can we not tell from this document? Do we know if the natives really want to be there? There's a guy with the gun, so was this a setup or what's going on? Does this piece inaccurately reflect anything about the time period? And what does the author leave out, and why does he or she decide to leave it out? So that would be the second assignment, which is OPCVL. And then lastly, Claim and evidence. So, claim and evidence is a claim states your position on the issue you have chosen to write about. We'll do a lot of writing where you'll have to make a statement and prove it. And that's pretty much what claim and evidence is. You make a claim or a statement, and you need to provide facts or support to prove to me or your readers that what you are saying is true. And so this is a exercise to help you with that. So a claim states your position on the issue you have chosen to write about. And I'll let you read all of this on your own time. Evidence. The evidence or data which you cite to support your claim. Like a lawyer presenting an evidence to a jury, you must support your claim with facts. An unsupported claim is merely an assertion or an opinion. Okay. Data can include facts, statistics, expert opinions, primary research, or anecdotes, which is kind of difficult to find with data. So this is the assignment here. Do you believe Queenie's story? Explain your opinion with crew. So I will let you read that. And then what you're going to do is it asks a question. Did Arthur slip and fall on the stairs, or was he tripped intentionally? A statement, so you will need to make a claim, which is either Arthur did slip intentionally or he did not, and then you will need to provide evidence for that. So, information from the text that supports why he did or did not trip intentionally, and then you need to justify that. Okay. And then that would be your last assignment. So, if you have any questions, again, you can reach me by email. I know I kind of spoke kind of fast. You'll realize I'm not the most wordsy person, but we'll have a great school year. Um, and I often get tongue tied. But I'm so excited to meet all of you. I can't wait to get to know each and every one of you. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. If you log onto the Google Classroom and you've already set up and signed up, you can also reach me there. Those emails will come straight to me on my email or my phone, and I'll be able to help you out with anything. So thank you. Have a great summer, and I'm looking forward to seeing you.